My artwork is mostly influenced by classical works like old medieval paintings and imagery and the alchemic symbolic elements. But there's a very strong current of surrealism, which is marked by artists like Salvador Dali, René Magritte, Max Ernst, and the Mexican surrealists as well. And I really like Hieronymus Bosch too, which is kind of the first surreal painter, I would guess. But his work is more, it's from the Middle Ages, so it's a tradition of showing like the devils and everything because it's religious painting. But he goes way beyond with all these crazy, dreamlike characters and situations. So there's definitely an element of the subconscious that was explored. The main elements reoccurring in my paintings are often like symbols that I assemble together. So there's a lot of creatures, and they might look like evil or playful little devilish creatures, which is close to the imagery of the gargoyles maybe in the Middle Ages. And but they're like constructed from different elements. So there's always elements of architecture like castles, towers, and medieval torture devices. I don't know, wheels, horns, trees, wings. They all kind of come together. When I build an image, when I'm doing my little sketches, which is where all these creatures come from, I don't question, I just add a part, and then I try to do something that's not the predictable thing. So I add something else that shouldn't be there. And I just construct this way, going kind of backwards to what the normal process of predictable imagery would be. So then it comes up with something totally strange, and then you can make links between it, and it does have a meaning, but it's not intended. It's completely automatic what I do. I don't think about it while I'm doing it. I try to go against the thought, actually, and just have a flow of images. I do it really fast, too, so I don't have time to think about what I'm going to do. It just comes out. When I look at it after, then I decipher it, and then it's usually pretty obvious because my imagery is strong and very expressive, so you definitely feel something when you look at it, and what you feel is what you should understand. But it's not lecturing, it's more like expressing like a feeling. There's usually like an element of distress or like the things are kind of threatening, or yeah, there's often a conflict between different characters. I put them in context too. So when I build the little characters, then I choose the ones that I want to work together, and then I project them on the canvas, and then I paint them. So the act of choosing them and putting them together to create a situation also like creates an effect on the viewer. So it's not a message, but there's definitely something that you feel when you look at it. It's contradictory. But my style, I don't think it's like in the continuity of what's being presented mainly, which is a lot of abstract, and now there's a lot of street art. And though my style is a little illustrative and it could be connected to that, my element is really out of time. I'm not modern in doing this. Maybe the way of doing it is modern, but what I'm talking about and the way I'm doing it, like all my symbols are old. It looks like something that was done many years ago. So I'm connected to my time period and the place of staying, but not in a way that it affects me. Like I wouldn't say I'm a typical Montreal artist or my art would represent Montreal. But in some aspects, yeah, like I've picked up some elements here and there of really good shows that I saw along the way. My name is Eric Braün, and this painting is called Le Pont du Masque.